we have certainly saved many months of programming, at least 4 months in redesigning our integration of subscription models to our old systems, because we would have had to have had all of that development effort to redesign systems that we no longer need to redesign thanks to the virtual layer. Autodesk folks may be familiar with since 1982 with our flagship product AutoCAD, designing vehicles, and since then we've moved to designing a lot of other things, manufacturing, city infrastructure, things like that. In recent worlds, folks can rent our software and deal with 3D printing and wonderful entertainment industry. So Autodesk recently announced a transition from perpetual licensing to a purely subscription model. As I mentioned, the rentals as well. This has been a major shift in the way we do our business. So our legacy technology, obviously since the dawn of 1982, had been constructed around a very large perpetual license environment. And so that means that all of our systems were very largely programmed to support that. Now that we no longer have that model, most of those systems are out of date and not really able to support the new systems without us redesigning everything. The greatest need to transition was to be able to adopt new systems, new models cleanly, and be able to integrate them with the old that are still around and still being transitioned. Our new solution architecture relies very heavily on virtualization. Of course, Denodo for that. That virtual layer allows us to be able to put in brand new transaction sources, brand new systems, or ways of creating these perpetual licenses to retire and be able to grid all of our new subscriptions, be able to get our new rental models going the right ways, and then still be able to have all of the ways that report this, all of the ways that we interact with SEC and our stock reporting, SOX and everything else, to be able to keep these things going the way they have, because we do not want to introduce a completely new way of reporting all of that to the world. That would be a rather hard thing for our company to absorb. Being able to get those systems talking to everything, the virtualization layer has allowed us to bring everything together without having to restructure those systems. We can introduce a new way of purchasing all of our rentals. We can introduce a new way of purchasing all the new subscription models, while we still have the old systems that have been around, keeping track of our perpetual systems and all of the money associated with those that's still going on. And these systems don't have to even know the others exist, which is a wonderful thing when no one on your consumer side and your business teams has to change the way they do their business. So we're having some very good success with that. Folks may have already seen some of our reported efforts from our CEO and other folks. Things have gone very well for us, and the virtualization layer has certainly been a part of that success. So Denodo has been a wonderful help to us. Our reasons for picking Denodo were very largely based around its interface, that it was very easy to ramp up developers, very minimal training required, no serious expertise. The fact that also Denodo's pre-programmed engine allows us to create web services or any other kind of interaction without specifically needing a web developer or other kinds of developers. One person can do the job of 4 or 5. Finally, Denodo's interaction itself, the drivers being very generic, JDBC, ODBC, web services, message queues, anything we want, means that we can talk to 99% of the systems out there in wonderful generic ways that everybody knows how to program already. So we are exploring Spark as well as there are new areas around the very high density file storage. We are also exploring new ways of handling web communication through the virtual layers. The web communication is very big right now and also interacts very well with mobile devices. Mobile devices are very much the wave of the future in dealing with very rapid interaction business systems. Those rapid interactions will be eventually coming through our virtual layer to talk to systems that were never designed for that kind of interaction.